Hi friends, so today here I am with an important topic which is very useful for you if you are looking for that job change, if you are looking for your first job, or if you are looking for that break in your career. So we all are connected to people, whether it's in your office, whether it's outside your office, whether your friends, whether your family. So you connect with people at different levels in different places. But today here I am going to talk to you about career networking. So career networking is basically where you are able to take help of your friends, family, colleagues in your job search. So this video is going to give you certain tips. This is going to give you some important pointers which is going to help you or assist you in your job search. It can be an important tool. Networking is a very important thing which helps you to reach to that job faster than you thought, right? And networking requires strategic thinking. It's not that you just go out and keep on building connections with people. It requires strategic thinking and it requires skill, right? So it's about skill and strategy. So where do you network with people? But before we begin that, let me tell you about myself. This is Simple Jaiswal here. I'm a personal excellence coach and an HR expert. I have been HR director with my last organization. With 22 years into HR, I can say networking is one of the very critical skills for anybody's success in their career. I work with professionals. I work with career returners, with women who want to start their career after a break. I help them with strategies, help them, empower them to get back into the career. So here I am to talk to you about few of the important pointers which is going to make your networking very effective and help you to land that job that you're looking for. Okay, so first, how do we network? We can network by connecting with people personally. You could go for some network events. That could be any kind of conference, meeting, training program, any kind of meetups. Like you could have startup meetups, entrepreneurs meet, anything which is related to your field. There could be certain trainings related to your area of work that you are into. So any of these events which are where you go for a face-to-face meeting, these are the networking events. This could be again formal, informal meetings where you meet people. So all these are opportunities to connect with people. So this is one where you personally meet a person. Second could be online or through social media. We are well aware of the LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. So lot of platforms you have today on social media where you can connect with people who you would want to follow, connect with people who you feel can help you with your job search, right? So whatever way you want to connect, you could, if you are a fresher, maybe job fair is also one of the things that you are looking for, because that is more focused on the jobs, right? So whatever the platform, whatever way you want to connect, depending on your situation, depending on the circumstances, depending on your convenience, either it could be online or offline, whatever it could be, every networking requires certain skills to be developed. So if you are a person who is not very comfortable meeting new people, so this networking events could be something which actually gives you goosebumps. You may be not very much eager to go for these networking events, even though it's important for you. But then you should give yourself a challenge and go with a goal. Suppose you are going for a conference, which certainly even after the sessions are over, there is some time which is allowed for networking. So have a goal for yourself. So maybe not 10 people that you want to know in that event. Maybe keep a goal for yourself that you would just know 5 people in that event, or you'll just talk to 5 people have 5 connections from that particular conference. Give a challenge to yourself, maybe prepare in advance, what you would talk about, what you would want to share about yourself. So little preparation can help you to overcome that anxiety, because certainly if you are wanting to use this skill for getting that break in your career, you need to build those skills. For networking, there are several skills that you need to have. You need to have a good communication skill. You need to have good active listening. Should be very good at listening, what people are saying, because everybody wants to speak about themselves, that hardly there are people who wants to listen. So if you are somebody who listens, you would be somebody who will be sought after. So focus on active listening, empathy, interpersonal relationships, art of small talk. So these are some of the techniques, when you go for meeting some strangers in an event where you have strangers. So this art of small talk is very important. I will cover that in my next video, because that is also a very, very good technique, a good skill that you need to build on. So interpersonal skill, focus on, take that interest in people, in knowing people. So even if you are introvert, these skills you need to build. Challenge yourself and go for that networking event. Take it, be proactive enough to make the most out of that. Okay. Now, whom do you network with? Is it with all the people that you come across should you network? No. So in your field, if you want to network, if you really want to get the value out of that network, you need to network with top 20 influential people in your area of work. It does not mean that other people are not important. They are, but then also try and find out those top 20 influential people in your area of work, those decision makers who can help you to reach the heights in your career, who can help you to get connected with those leads, who can really help you to achieve that breakthrough. So connect with those 20 influential people. That's important for you. That is the strategy. So it's not, networking is not where you just keep on sending invitations through even on a LinkedIn, just sending invitations and increasing the number of your connections. It is also about what kind of connections you want to have. You may want to have fewer connections but stronger connections, right? So now we talked about how do you connect with people, who all should you connect with, right? Now when you are connecting with people, do not be in a hurry to sell yourself. I understand the sole objective that you are connecting with people is to help with your job search, but still do not be in a hurry that just present your resume to the person you meet. First meeting you can come to know, and the second is you're just forwarding the resume. Focus on building the relationship. Focus on seeing what is the value addition you could do in this relationship, how you can help solve the problem of the other person. Volunteer for something that you could do for that person. Focus on the relationship. This is very important. Do not be in a hurry to sell yourself as soon as you connect with somebody. Every day, even I keep getting requests of a lot of people over LinkedIn, and also a lot of forwarded resumes over WhatsApp. Even though I may empathize with those people who are looking for change, but I'm not sure whether I would really be interested to look at those resumes unless until I have really met those people or I have known them through some contacts. So therefore, these relationships are important. If you are coming through some reference, it actually gives more weightage to your resume. So building these references, building these contacts, building this relationship is very important, because that way you are able to display your skill, you're able to show your motivation, you're able to show yourself to the person, and whenever in future there is an opening they are aware of, if it's in their organization, you would be the first person they would consider. Because if you are the initiative taker, they'll always give more weightage to you rather than somebody who would come through a portal or through any other sources, right? Always be a okay. Here in relationship, I would also want to add one thing. As I said, every person that you meet is important, and it's not only that you would meet somebody in a formal setting of a conference or a meeting or on the social media. You could meet somebody in a very informal setting also. It could be any social gathering also. You could meet somebody, or you could meet somebody in a place where you go for a gym or exercising. I want to share my example with you over here. Few years back, when I had joined a gym, I was heading HR for one of the IT organizations in Pune. That point of time, there was one more girl who used to be very much regular in the gym, and slowly we started talking to each other, and we started having rapport with each other, and we talked, understanding what she is doing, what I am doing, even though she never told that she was looking for a job, and never did I say that I was really looking for somebody to join my organization in the role of a recruiter. But slowly as we developed rapport, I saw her every day, her consistency, the way she used to interact with people, how easily she was able to connect with people. I saw her skills, her interpersonal skill, her communication skill. So I thought, if there is a probable opening, this is the candidate that I would want to at least give an opportunity for the interview. And I did that, and she landed a job with my organization. So you see how it happens. It is a relationship which got built over a period of time, and then materialized into a relationship of a manager and a subordinate. Right? So the building relationship over time is important, and also therefore it is important that you give time to this relationship. It is not something which will immediately give you result. You have to give time to this relationship. Okay. Next is, as I said, be a giver always. Whenever you're connecting with somebody, do not think that what is that person can offer me. Think as to how you can help the person. Try to be a giver, because somebody who takes the initiative, somebody who is adding value, somebody who is volunteering is always liked by everybody outside or in your organization. And then you are the first person who will be thought of in case there is a similar kind of requirement. You will be the first person that will come to our mind in case we have an open position and we need candidates for that position. Now, once having understood as to who should you network with, where should you network, what should be the skills for networking, it's very important that you follow up also. Suppose you have connected with me over LinkedIn, and initially when I accepted your invitation, what is the next step? What do you do next? Many of those connections I see stops at the first level. So by follow up, I mean to say, if you have met somebody outside in a meeting, conference, or anywhere, or if you have connected with somebody on a social media, take an opportunity to thank them, share something of their interest, follow them. When you follow them, you understand what are their interests, what is their profile, what is something which could interest them. Maybe share an article, share about some event they would be interested in going for. Try to help them to connect with people who could help them also in turn. So if you become that person who helps them to connect to somebody who can help them also, you will be the person they would want to thank for and they'll always remember you. So the follow-up steps after initial connection is also important. Also, now since we're talking about social media, being authentic and being consistent is very important. So present yourself, be present over there. So either you could present yourself, and I mean to say either could be through your posts on these on FB, LinkedIn, or other social media platforms, or through your post or articles, or comment on the post by the people whom you are following up, whom you follow. Join certain groups who you feel can help you in your job search, who could be the vehicle for you to be connecting to more people who can help you in your job search, right? Then also be authentic when you're meeting people. Be authentic, do not fake about yourself. Be whatever you are, just show that. So when you show up, कहते हैं ना कि जो दिखता है वो बिकता है. So when you show up, when you are consistent, when you are visible to people, you're the first person who would come to the mind of the person concerned when there is a probable opening in the organization. Because remember, not all the positions are advertised on the portal. There are many positions which are there but they're not advertised. They are hidden, and they are all sourced through references. Why references? Because through references you have much more idea beyond the resume of the person. If it comes through a reference of an employee, you at least know something more about that person, about the background of that person. So therefore, to build strong references, build strong connections who can help to leverage the social media, to leverage your connections to reach to that job that you're looking for. Use these pointers, use these tips. Focus on building relationships. Focus on being consistent. It's not a one-day thing. It takes time, but it gives you the result. And even if it's not helping, if this connection that you built doesn't help you in this first job, you do not know how it can materialize in future for you. Because these relationships, these connections are very important. They go a long way in helping you to reach the heights in your career. Here I want to also share one story of a recruiter who was working with me. Many times, not all the times in your organization would you have a lot of positions to fill. But I used to see that, even though we did not have any open position to fill, but he was still doing interviews, still calling candidates, he was still talking to people, calling candidates not for interview as such, but meeting them over the coffee, just calling them in the organization, talking to them about the organization, talking to them as to what our organization does, what is the business we are into, what is the kind of growth prospect they can look forward to. And actually the candidates appreciated the fact that even though there was no open position, but they still used to come and meet and to understand, because in case in future there is a requirement, they know what they're going for. This is called an informational interview. So this is also one of the ways, for your dream organization, where your target organization, even though there is no open position, but if you still can get through the request from the recruiter to understand what the organization is about, what is the career prospect with that organization, it actually helps you a lot in the long run. So let us not be, while you're networking, do not focus on short-term gains. Your focus should also always be on the long-term gains. And again, this does not mean really that these connections are only going to help you in long term, because things keep changing. You do not know, if there is a major expansion going on, if there's a if there is a restructuring happening, or if there is a merger happening, or if there is any kind of change that organization goes through, or if there's a new project they have got where they require a new skill, so the requirements can just land at the recruiter's desk overnight. So be positive, focus on building relationships, always be a giver in the relationship, value add. Even the meetings, conferences where you go, volunteer, take up some responsibilities, be visible in those forums also. So visibility is the key over here. The more you are visible, more opportunities you will land up for yourself. All the best. Thank you so much. If you like this video, if this is helpful to you, please share, comment and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.